What is up, guys? So I was kind of in the middle of watching this. I got like kind of halfway, and I was like, I have a lot of things I want to say. So today, the devs posted this video about an hour ago, and it's the update that's gonna be for season 6, not this season. Also, their quality is only good, which it kind of looks really bad on my screen right now, even though it's on 1080.
We have senior game producer Kim Horn and art director Dion Rogers.
Hey
How do you guys do
guys,
today?
Good to see you again.
what are y'all
I know, it's
doing?
great. It's great. Me and Dion, we've been in a bunch of pieces together. Kim, we've talked for ages on Twitter. It's the first time I think we're meeting in person.
I'm probably gonna skip a lot of this
It's
talking.
great. And
But basically, these are cooperative missions that will finally move the story in the world of Overwatch forward. And
Yeah,
so
because I feel like
it takes place
the
shortly
story
after
only kind of
Winston's recall.
updated
Winston's
when
trying
new
to get
characters
the
were
old
being
Overwatch
announced, not
agents back
just on its
together.
own.
There's a bunch
You
of
know, they really
bad things happening around the world. He feels we
didn't.
need to get back together and
They
even meet some
stopped
new
at the first
friends,
null sector.
old friends, get together
They were
and help
done with the story there.
solve these
What
problems
was
are
that? Sombra
happening around
EMP?
the world, especially Null
Or
Sector
Sombra?
has returned.
yeah, and it's interesting. I know when we were chatting, there's some heroes that like canonically in the story haven't met each other.
Oh,
Right? So
interesting.
get to see some new
So
moments.
The
that
proper
hero is
canon
literally
for
better
Overwatch
than
Revival
Sombra.
movie is only for-
I see you there, Kim.
That thing is crazy. Oh, she's dead.
um, so
Yeah, you're dead,
it's
girl.
fun to see.
We're able to see a lot of awesome footage here from Gothenburg, which is one of the invasion story missions. Kim, from being, on the
I mean, this is true to lore. Can't kill a brig.
build out gameplay things you guys are able to play with?
What? Turret?
A lot of these were originally based
Freeze.
on the PvP maps, and we decided as we were making our story missions that we had to make something a little more different, a little more fun for PvE. So you might recognize some of these maps, but it's entirely new, different areas.
Yeah, I think that's super cool because we all know and love the Overwatch PvP maps, but you're made them for like competitive, quick play purposes where
Right.
these have a completely different purpose, right? In terms of story missions. So when you guys kind of went back and looked at some of those areas, where were some of the things you wanted to expand on in terms of things you probably couldn't do with PvP?
Right. So
What do you-
we both
huh?
wanted about we needed to build newer maps to really balance the gameplay plus the story moments we wanted to tell.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Not final
different
artwork. Yes, it
needs
is.
in PvE maps versus
Yes, it is.
PvP. There's
Whoa, that's insane.
something like a tunnel, which would be terrifying
Yes.
in PvP. But you actually might want to duck in there to hide from an enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah, a tunnel in PvP. No, I'd be like, hey, don't put me in a tunnel in
Yeah.
PvP. You got the Reinhardts with the shatters down there.
Right.
But I guess that allows you to kind of have some more fun, a little bit more creativity,
It's a
like
bit
with
more
different
open.
enemy types.
Yeah. The levels are more vast. We're able to do things that just would make PvP imbalanced.
Exactly.
I mean, they look incredible. I mean, just kind of seeing some of the footage.
Oh, they're
here,
finally gonna do something
from
with
Rio,
this.
Just the
story
lighting, and
moments.
then this guy. I saw him in the trailer. I think he's coming up. Yeah, I mean, he looks tough. I can't
That's a
imagine.
pretty fun encounter.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
literally
I'm
a Baku
super
gun.
stoked. No, how big should we expect them? The different types of environments that you guys wanted to create.
Oh, these are a lot bigger than our
Yeah.
PvP maps, so there's a ton of stuff to
I don't
explore.
know if we have a good comparison, but they're 4 or 5 times bigger than
Yeah.
wow.
any PvP space
Yeah.
we've made. And
I feel like
just
that makes
able to,
sense. I mean, you
cinematic
gotta
vista
have a
and
story.
longer sight lines, just things that just would totally
Yeah.
break the balance of PvP.
Right.
And it's so fun to see what we can do. The team's been itching to do this kind of thing for a while. And
Yeah.
Anyone we should look out for that we don't want to go up against?
there's an artillery unit that
Right.
he loves to stay away from the player. He's really far away, so using your team comp to balance, like, who needs to deal with the artillery that's further away versus the grunt is pretty dangerous up close. There's this fun
Who's the grunt?
balance of the level design
Oh.
Right.
plus the units,
Yeah.
tactical
Well, it
abilities,
can't kill a
plus the
brig,
powers
so.
that Overwatch heroes have. Yeah.
I mean, the art that we got from this. I mean, this looks that looks like Gothenburg to me. I'm not an expert,
Home
but
to Torbjorn.
yeah. Home to
Oh,
Torbjorn. I mean, this
Torbjorn.
looks,
What
super awesome.
is
So I
that?
guess, this
We usually try to kind of a little script of what we would like to see within a space. This one's interesting because it started off at night.
Oh,
We
not those
kind of chose
dogs. I hated
setting,
them
and this,
things. The
then some
splicers or whatever they are.
We created a lot of questions. And we're creating some new questions, but we're getting some answers finally now.
They've been working on that
So it's
since
fun to
January
see this,
21st, 2020.
objective in Toronto here.
Yeah, I think fans are going to be blown away once they see some of the stuff that you guys have been working on. It's been incredible. One of the other things is actually event missions. So story missions, they look amazing.
May
You can
5th,
really kind of build
2020.
on, obviously, the lore, the story of Overwatch. Event missions. So these are, story missions are now the only PvE thing happening.
Right.
Event missions are also coming in.
Right.
Can you explain to me a little bit about what event missions are?
Yeah, event missions are new. They're coming with season 6. They're the highly replayable, repeatable content that you're meant to play after you finish the story mission.
So is this canonical? Is this
Oh,
not?
canon?
A little bit of both.
of
both. Oh.
You
You
might
want it to be?
we might have a canonical mission in there. We might have
Oh.
one that's not. I would say the first one coming out with season 6 is in that gray area.
Yeah,
Maybe not.
And I've seen this
Interesting.
location before. This looks
Yes.
like a little bit of
Yeah.
Kings
an
Row.
expansion on Kings Row.
Yeah.
Yes. I think some crafty players have seen this in advance.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
What is this little
players.
I
purple
think
thing down here? They have a little
some
marker.
cracks.
But it's something we always
some
wanted to
stuff
do is expand on our PvP maps and build more, give another option. There was a lot of ideas about this. So this is a new branching path that we used during the event mission.
Right.
So what is the gameplay changes between a story mission and an event mission? Like, how should people expect those to play differently?
We have a whole bunch of challenges with story missions. They'll change every week. Also, the hero
Interesting.
roster you can choose from will be different. So the gameplay will change from
Some
week to
gameplay
week. Your
modifiers, right? Yeah.
objectives, your
that'll be-
challenges.
That'll be
yeah.
super cool. So like a gameplay modifier each week,
Yeah.
with some different like new heroes in the mix, right? Like,
Right.
oh, that should be super fun. Just in terms of,
Okay.
like replayability and
Yeah.
this is Underworld, right? This
Right.
is kind of like the
Don't know how much
First
I'll
one
be
is
playing that, but I
the
mean,
first one.
that's
And
an
some
addition.
same enemies as story or different?
Same enemies, but you'll fight them in new ways.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I
same
won't
enemies.
tips and tricks today. In terms of,
I thought we were done with them.
that. Is this like one difficulty or is it multiple difficulties? How does that work?
There's
We will-
multiple
yeah.
difficulties.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know what's
Another piece of content that's PvE solo playable is hero masteries. So
Oh,
I found
okay,
out
yeah.
about this a little
This.
bit ago. And I
It
was
looked a
like,
little
this looks super
scruffy
cool.
to
I'm
me.
terrible at
This
it.
whole-
So explain to me
yeah.
a little bit about hero masteries.
It's solo content. You're meant to play, by yourself. Maybe it's late at night and you just don't want to stop playing, but it's meant so you can try out new heroes. Maybe a hero you haven't played very much.
Oh, look at Mercy
very
go.
often want to get better at, and you can kind of play on your own.
It's pretty
and learn
cool,
new
I guess.
techniques
It just kind of looks a little,
and play some challenges.
Yeah, and primal, and then be able to knock players around.
Yeah, and story-wise, Winston basically created a simulation room within Gibraltar, Watchpoint Gibraltar.
oh, so there's
For the,
lore behind
heroes
why it
basically
looks
to
like
hone their
this.
skills.
Okay.
Right.
It's all hologram.
Just training. It's basically a training simulator or a holographic room. that
Yeah.
Winston created for our
Oh,
heroes to train.
those.
And
Imagine
use
if they
that as a
added those
reason why
cannon, like
players
those.
can train and get
explosions
better at
in the
a hero.
game.
Or
Honestly,
even use it as a way to start learning a new hero.
that would be
a hero
cool to
that-
have environmental
Yeah, that's super awesome. You guys
uses in
molded,
maps.
like the story and the universe into like hero.
'Cause why did they add
right?
those?
Like,
Why did they add
especially, like,
those
this is another thing,
explosion
like, in the arcade,
barrels?
Right? Like this is
Right.
kind
No,
of.
there's
And
a
a
door in Gibraltar
mastery.
that leads to
Oh.
this place.
Right.
That's super
Better
cool.
get them
And then,
coins. They
how
look.
did you guys go about? No, I think Kim, you were telling a story about like how this kind of came to
Okay.
be, right?
Jump primal.
Well, how it started is a few of us on the team were saying, our kids are starting to want to play Overwatch, and we wanted a safe space for them to learn how to play that, isn't really in the live game.
It isn't in ranked play. Not
Right.
not learning, not learning with how to
Yes.
play with us in
Yes.
live. And I guess one, thank you for creating this space for them to learn and figure out how to play.
Yeah.
And then
I
two,
do
mean,
think this
it's
is
an
pretty
awesome
good for
tool to be
newer
able to-
players,
for
'cause
players to
people
train, right? To be
We're
able to
making workshop
learn
modes like
different heroes,
practice
outside
range
of just
2.0,
playing the
3.0.
Exactly. If there's a hero that's your favorite, that's great. But now you can play someone new and maybe kind of get to learn the play style, find out if you actually like, healing people.
Oh,
Finally learned to rinse.
right.
she ain't lying.
Every Mercy should have to do a
Oh,
minimum
you
of
almost
10
messed up,
hours on the
Casper.
course.
I'll remember that.
Before, right.
It's so
You-
fun to see.
that stressed
other
me out.
people
You almost
play, you know, what
exploded
they
yourself
do
there.
compared to your own trials.
Oh,
Exactly.
it's okay. You know what? No one
Yeah,
saw
no,
it, Casper.
I think this is super cool. Then, how
Okay, Casper.
what should we expect when Hero Masters
Why'd you waste your recall?
So we'll have 5 heroes. coming
Okay,
out,
Casper,
season
I can definitely
6
tell you like
cycle.
Sojourn better than Oh,
There'll be different heroes you can play. Some will unlock.
okay, those hurt you.
And yeah, they'll be scoring, so you can compare your score with your friends.
Oh, that'll be cool. Like a little bit of like speedrunning type of thing, right?
Yeah,
Where
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Look at
able to
those
go in, kind of
chunky
maybe
tanks.
plot a way through the course where, hey,
Yeah.
this is going to be the best course of action, right?
Yes.
I assume the coins obviously boost your score,
Yeah.
and after that,
And
yes.
so does time.
Yeah, and then this is the Mercy one. Is you can tell that one looks like it's a little bit harder.
I should
than
probably,
the other
when that
ones.
comes out, I'll definitely make
Looks
a
like
video on
there's different
Sombra
enemies, right?
Mastery.
Like, is it different enemy types than?
Because I
other
think that
ones?
would be
so
really
we had
cool,
made
honestly.
made a whole new custom set of bots for this mode, and some are specific to certain heroes. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of new
Ooh.
Yeah, that's awesome that you guys like gamified this.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a kind of like a cool lore piece. It's a little bit of like training to fight, Null Sector, and then obviously gamified it into like a solo PvE type of play.
Right.
I learned so much playing the Mercy course. I was surprised at the things you could do with Mercy.
Yeah.
Really?
coming out of
These heroes, or just get better at them.
Big
right?
Mercy
Yeah.
plays. Oh God, what are
Yeah,
those?
I think like Mercy, like being able to obviously
promoting
jump from platform to platform,
Battle Mercy play.
This person's cheating a little bit using Valk, right? But
That's pretty
but like trying to do this without it, right? And kind
Right.
of learning like how to kind of
Oh, no, they're
launch
teaching you to
yourself from
heal your
platform to
friends.
platform could definitely improve
All right.
tons of players' games.
Yeah, exactly. Each hero will have a different
Don't die now.
difficulty, of course. So as you change the difficulty, you'll get a entirely
Okay, we've seen this.
Yeah, I'm finally excited to just get the story missions out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
and the
Oh, I
team
bet
is
they are.
working
They've been
hard
working on it for
this,
like
and
3 years.
We've poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this content. We've been playing it for years, and we're so excited to finally be able to play with our friends and everyone in the community.
Yeah, I'm excited to jump into the story, see all the awesome cutscenes, kind of learn more a little
I
bit
am
about where
too.
the Overwatch story is going. But thank you guys for both
Thank you.
joining me here today in the first part of this. And when we come right back, we're going to have game director Aaron Keller and Daniel McGowan to talk about Flashpoint. coming with
Flashpoint.
Invasion. Stay tuned. You don't
New
wanna miss
game
that.
mode. I'm excited.
CSIS Unit 37. Toronto is under
Okay, we've
attack.
already seen this, so I'm going to talk over it.
No.
I like everything so far. I mean, there's not really anything bad coming into the game, honestly. It's not like gonna hurt the game, because it's like optional. It's not like core base. I mean, it's gonna be core, but it's not like you have to play that. Because PvP is just its main drive, and that the state of PvP right now is actually really, really bad. I've seen people go 5-11, still rank up, which y'all have already seen. I went 5-1-1 and didn't go anywhere, or I only went up 1. It's just annoying. I do like that there's mastery. That's cool. Hopefully there's like some rewards for that or something, because like what's the point of like getting a high score? I mean, I guess it's just like how it is, like there's the tutorial has a high score leaderboard and world record type of thing, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Oh, then we got I wonder if we'll get any info about her. This map looks insane. This looks so cool, honestly. Not final artwork.
Welcome
Yes,
back,
it is.
everybody. It's Matt
Don't
Mr.
lie.
X, and this time I am joined by game director Aaron Keller and principal environment artist Daniel McGowan to take a deeper look into some of the other things coming in Invasion.
We got Aaron.
How you guys doing?
Awesome. So good. Thanks for having us.
No, I mean, I'm super excited to jump into this. Some of the PvE
Thanks for
stuff we
having us.
talked about
Not like
earlier
y'all
was
planned this
super
or anything.
exciting. And then for me,
I think I can update players.
Progress?
Yeah,
Wait, whoa.
Why not
Okay, player
So-
progression.
yeah, so this is going to be coming this August. And our player progression system is a little bit different than the one that we had in the original
How
Overwatch, which was
different?
just a player level system.
Oh.
This time what we really want to do is
Okay.
we want to recognize
Cool
people
icons.
playing
I'm
the
definitely
game,
saying
but also
upgrade. I mean,
recognize
it's pretty.
the way that they
Whoa.
play the game. So as people jump in and start playing in almost any of our game modes, they'll start earning experience in this new system. And what they do is they earn it per
A
hero.
showcase? Okay,
And
that's
we'll
cool,
be
I guess.
tracking their play style through a lot of different categories. So it might be things like games played, or damage done, damage mitigated, and healing done. And as you do
Holds
that,
canceled, question
you'll
mark? 'Cause
level
I feel
up
like
that
that's important.
particular category and earn an emblem for that hero. And you can continue to earn more emblems for your heroes. And as you do that, they will like upgrade your hero's level. And so you'll start getting these badges for your heroes.
You
and
earn.
the interesting thing about it is you can go into your career profile, check out the progression section, and kind of get a story for the way that your particular hero plays the game. An interesting detail here is that we don't cap the amount of experience that you can
that's
get
awesome.
in any category. And
Okay,
the
that's
reason why
good.
we do that is we don't want to incentivize you to play it in any particular way in order to fill out your player progression system in a certain way.
Yeah,
We
that makes
really want it to be
sense. That's
about
good.
your own play style, and to have everybody's own player progression board to be a unique reflection of the way that they play that hero.
That's smart.
And on top of all that, we're going to be rewarding name cards through this system. And so as you progress through the different categories, let's say
Okay.
you're playing Reinhardt, you'll unlock a Reinhardt name card. But then as you level Reinhardt up more, you're going to unlock higher level versions of those name
cool.
cards. It's the first time we've really
Higher
had
level
a
versions?
customizable name card like this.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Oh,
really
okay,
awesome
so-
for people to be able to show off, their individual heroes, right?
Are they
You know,
gonna
you
like
level-
glow
level
or
a certain
something?
hero,
Because I don't really know
playing
how you
one hero
upgrade
all
a
the
name
time,
card.
right? Good you are, and how much you
Oh.
leveled up that hero. I want to talk about Flashpoint. So I know
Okay,
with
wait,
the
they're about
trailer
to talk
that
about
launched, everybody
Flashpoint?
was talking.
But okay, so I'm guessing there's gonna be like a side profile or like a bit of the character on a name card, and then I don't know, it's gonna like glow and glow each time you level up, or like add a little mark or something. I guess that's cool. I just hope it looks good and not generic. But I like more customization of any time. Honestly, anything. More customization on anything is always just more fun. So that's cool.
About Flashpoint. Before we jump into like some of the details of the mode, tell us a little bit about just kind of the basics. How does Flashpoint play?
Sure. So
Oh,
Flashpoint
India.
is our newest game mode. It's coming.
That was
coming
leaked
during
was
Overwatch 2
2019.
invasion. It takes place on some of the largest maps that we've ever built
These
for,
look awesome.
for Overwatch.
Largest
and the way that
maps.
you play
Oh.
the game mode is
Oh.
the objective for each team is to be the first team to score 3 points. And
Oh,
way
yeah,
you
the quality
score a point
really
is you fully capture an
it's,
objective on the map. When you first start in Flashpoint, you'll be in the spawn room.
Hopefully
and
it's
we'll
good for y'all,
randomly
but for
choose
me, you
one
can
of the
tell everyone's on a different
objectives on the
computer or
map.
something, and they're
And when the spawn doors open, everybody runs out. They go to that first.
Lobster
that first
Johnson. You
capture
really
point.
just got owned
The
there.
capture points work similar to the way they do in Control. Your
Oh,
team can,
big
can
Blossom.
gain ownership of it very quickly.
Y'all better take that
but then
point.
you have to tick all the way up to 100% before you fully own the thing and score a point. Interesting thing about the mode, though, is this is where everything kind of changes.
Oh, is it gonna
so
change?
when a team caps that, what'll happen is we'll randomly select one of the remaining control points and activate.
This is good. I was actually about to be pretty upset if they were just making Control and you have to do it 3 times, and they're just like, I don't know, like they're different places, but like it's just the same way over and over. It would have been just like another mode where it's just a straight path of what you're doing. Escort, you follow the cart, kill the people on the way there, hold the objective, just push the cart, get people out of your way. Like all these modes are just kind of, you have to follow this line of the same play style with different comps, I guess, but like it was always just kind of the same format. But now he said randomize, so hopefully it means like there's 3 points on these huge maps, and Oh, I wonder how the spawn's gonna work for this. You can get spawn trapped and like all the way across the map. That's gonna be, well, they did actually implement that feature where you can press F in the spawn and get teleported. So hopefully that's gonna help a lot. But imagine if you're all the way across the map and your team spawns somewhere else. But I'm glad that it's randomized so that like you don't know if it's gonna be to the left of you, right of you, behind you, in front of you. And that makes it to where the gameplay is not just, oh, we're playing Flashpoint, make sure you're using these characters.
That one. These maps, like I said, they're really big. So now you'll have these two teams typically traveling in a parallel path to the next capture
This
point.
looks incredible, by the way.
Okay, so you remember when I said you're not gonna have to use people? Yeah, so Lucio, any rush, speed boosting, comp. Man, okay, well, I mean, at least it's a cool mode, but Lucio is definitely just gonna be used the whole time. If you don't have a Lucio on your team to get to the point faster than the other team, I mean, I guess it's kind of like Control, how that works, like a Lucio and Symmetra and those types of people that you have to get to the point fast and rush. That's just gonna be kind of the same way. But I'm glad it's like random though, so you can actually kind of, you have to pay attention instead of just mindlessly going to the point.
This is an amazing, amazing point. And so yeah, so you'll go to a
Is that a
point
well?
like that, but you'll be traveling next to the enemy team. So you have all these options. Do you
what?
want to interact with the team there? Do you want to try to get an early pick or maybe an early team fight win so you can capture the next point easier? Do
There
you
ain't
just
no
wanna,
way
like,
I'm just gonna be
to
walking
try to-
beside the enemy
to
team
try
and
to
be like, hey,
protect positioning?
you wanna just
So
meet up at the
maybe
point
you're
real
just gonna
quick
try to
and
get to the next point quickly
tussle it out?
in order to get high
There ain't
ground
no
on
way.
and force the enemy team to kind of pop in a less advantageous route. And then you'll fight over the next control point, and you'll keep doing that until one of the teams gets 3 points, and they'll win the match.
Yeah, and I gotta say,
Interesting.
Daniel, the art looks amazing.
The maps do look good.
It actually allows us to bring in a lot more themes, right? So we can push more narrative. We can show you elements of that culture
Oh,
that
New
you've
Junk
never
City.
seen before.
That's cool.
Right?
Not
For
final
example,
artwork.
in
Yes, it
Junk
is. I know
City,
it is.
You might even be able to see where the demolitionist faction
But
resides.
this is
right?
cool.
The center arena, the hammer mill. So, yeah, we put in a lot of love, and getting it to all fit was very tricky. But we didn't want to drop that Blizzard quality bar.
Yeah,
also.
Blizzard is really good with just
It's gotta
design.
be
I mean,
really
look
cool
at that
to be able to kind of
refinery. Like that's
explore.
such a cool like
We have,
aesthetic of the
Junkertown, right?
Junkertown
But that's just a
city
pretty
and stuff.
linear path, right? The game tells you where the cart goes, you follow the
Stab
cart.
and squeal.
Now
Wow.
with these like wide open
The bar?
landscapes, it must be super fun to jump in with the team and ideate on like how a really kind of like junk city looks, right?
Exactly. We the
Boxing
fans
club.
love Junkertown, the developers, we love Junkertown, and we have some great cinematics, and we really wanted to explore this fantasy a bit deeper. And
Blue
so,
spawns.
we had to
What's
ask ourselves
up with the
some really
blue?
cool questions about, we know what the town looks like, but what if the city, if you're in the heart of it, right on top of the Omnium core, what would those vistas look like? And I think we came up with some pretty good
Vistas.
solutions.
Yeah, and in terms of gameplay, like Aaron, like how do the points, different, right? Obviously we have Control as is now, but now with these like large maps, right, you can create different types of points in between those points, like connecting them.
Oh man,
what
yeah,
should
these
players
maps are big.
expect?
Yeah, so these maps are totally different than anything that we've built before. And they're a big non-linear space, and they're also a quasi-symmetrical layout as well.
Quasi-symmetrical.
And so every one of the control point areas in these maps have a symmetrical layout. It works similar to the way we do Control. So each team
They really
has
don't wanna
the
say
same
push.
entrances to
They
it.
really just
They
don't
have
wanna
the
say
same
push.
amount of cover, the same access to high ground, and even the same run times from their spawn room. And we do that very intentionally to make the map fair. But then on top of that, when you have all 5 of these in one big space, as you start moving further away from these points, then the map starts getting less symmetrical, and it's more about all the connecting routes that you have between the space, because sometimes you might be going from
Ooh, this could be
one
a
of the
good or
capture
bad
points
thing,
that's
but it
closest
sounds
to
cool.
the enemy team side, and you're pulling back to yours. Or sometimes you might be in one corner going all the way across to the other corner of the map, and it's a really long journey. And one of our priorities is to always make it so that players kind of recognize where they are in the map and recognize where they're supposed to go in the map.
Blue
And so
spawn
as you-
points.
As you move from one point to the other, and
Were
you
they
see
always
that
blue?
next
No.
objective, I think that we spend a lot of time in that flow along the streets and to that next point of interest that you're supposed to go to.
Jesus, these.
And those are all like a lot of the challenges. There's a lot more that I could talk about with building this particular game mode.
Yeah, and we get clips here of Suravasa, one of the maps here for Flashpoint. Daniel, I gotta ask, like when you kind of get this design right of a map and how it flows. When you guys jump in, like, how do you help, in terms of art, like having players identify like where they are? Because like Aaron mentioned, I mean, some of these clips that we have on Suravasa, I mean, are beautiful, but it is such a large, expansive map.
Yeah, it's tricky. We have to be very careful with our sight lines for performance and gameplay and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
performance.
So
I
what
bet
we
these
did is
maps
we
are.
designed into each of the points very large, recognizable elements that you can see from basically anywhere, right? So
Oh, like the
center
steeples
market
and-
has a giant tower that you can use
Yeah.
to center
Oh yeah, like
yourself
those.
and
Yeah,
find out where you
that'll
are, right?
that'll
The
help.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for this
Cool.
mode, especially once we see high-level teams and players go in, and how do they decide to play it, right? Do you have like a really sick tracer player who maybe can like lurk in some of those like parts of the map, right, and try and get those pickoffs, or
There's gonna
maybe
be-
you
I
decide
feel
to
like
run
there's
all
gonna
the
be
way to
so
the
many
other point
glitches on
and
these,
set up with,
though.
like Torbjorn and like try and like really kind of like bunker down with a Baptiste. How did this game mode come to life, Aaron?
That's a great question. And like to just kind of like touch on
Yeah.
what you were talking about there too, since these maps are so big, there are so many little cool locations that you can go to. And I think that like a core skill for an FPS shooter
Is knowing the
map
maps.
knowledge.
Yes.
It's not just about aiming. Overwatch's not just about also team play and ability usage. It's about learning the map. These maps are a lot bigger than anything we've built before. So we think there's probably going to be
I
a
just
longer
noticed the
tail to
watch
this
on the
learning
guy on the
curve.
right's
So
hand
it-
is
it might be a little
huge
bit more
in
intimidating
gold.
to jump into a map
That
like
24
this.
karat?
But at the same time, I think that there's this process that you get to go through of learning it and getting better and better
Okay.
over time on one of these maps.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think you'll see
Tough.
lots of really cool stuff. Like what's the best way to
Ooh.
rotate from one point to the other, right?
Oh, that may well could have been a little bit better. You should ult right now, Ram.
Maybe you take a little bit of a
Mercy's
safer
gonna res
route.
that, and okay.
Is this the other one?
Good
to kind of
one.
Work on. I think
Great
there's a
job.
ton of,
Coulda ulted.
When we see it with Push, right? Push came out, was played a certain way, and then over time that's like changed. I think with a mode like this, and I mean you see where you can fight in all these different awesome locations.
All right, DPS Mora.
I think it'll definitely change over time.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, sorry. Jumping back to like how we developed this mode too. I think that developing new game
Lobster
modes for
Johnson, man.
Overwatch is
Oh,
something
Genji
that
Blade?
we have started to recognize as core to running.
Oh,
the
mega
right
boo boo.
game.
Oh, mega
And
boo
if you
boo.
think
You're making a
about
boo boo
the
right
way
now.
players
Okay, okay.
experience our
Oh,
game,
little boo boo.
you select a hero. You load into a map that plays a particular
Mercy was
game
all
mode.
alone over
All of
there.
our
Coulda-
maps are like that. All of our maps are built for very specific
there we go.
game modes. And when you have that sort of constraint on you, when you develop a new payload map, for example, there's only going to be a certain amount of things that you do for a map like that. They're very linear. They're cut into 3 sections. They have a certain amount of like choke points and run back
Oh.
times from the spawn rooms. And so to create an experience that feels a lot different to players on a map
Oh,
requires
it's not a well.
game
Okay,
mode.
someone just
So-
fell in there.
so
It's like a little
that was
tunnel.
our intention here, was to not just build some new maps, but to start evolving Overwatch into the future.
Oh, Mega
by
Boo Boo,
building
why are
new
you going
game
for the
modes. These are
Sigma?
the sorts of things that we would
You
like
made a boo-boo.
to continue to do.
But we can't talk about Junk City without talking about India first. And that one,
What?
we
City,
built that as an
India?
assault map originally. But when we cut to
Oh.
CP, we decided, it'd be a perfect opportunity for Flashpoint because we really wanted to represent, that location in our world. So,
Oh, yeah,
that
look
was
at
the
the
first
watch
one
on his
we built,
arm.
and we learned a lot, which we took to Junk City, right?
Yeah, that's super cool because I've seen Suravasa like firsthand, and just the locations, I mean, are beautiful. I mean, we just kind of had it on the big screen behind me, but like, man, it looks so good, and all the locations are so
They do look
different
good.
from each other.
It's
I think that's
pretty
one of the
polished.
things
I don't
that
know if it's
really
Blizzard
kinda take when I,
polished.
see some of the footage and watch is that.
But it's polished.
Every point, as you were mentioning before, you're kind of traveling through different parts of the map that you may not experience all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's gonna be so
the
hard to
points are
learn.
selected randomly in this game mode, and so you might start in the far right corner and then pull back to the near left corner. but sometimes you're going
Oh
to go
my
in a completely different order.
God.
So there's a lot of combinatorial.
Yeah, there's so much. What is that junk mine, by the way?
And learning like, hey, if we're going to be going from this point to that point, what's the right route to take? What are we going to do?
All right, Mega Boo Boo. Don't make a boo boo.
Hey,
like you've been doing.
We saw that Brigida alone over there. Maybe we take the opportunity to go over there and try to get an easy pick for us. And there's a lot of different things that you can be thinking about and doing just as you're learning how to play the mode and learning how to move around the map.
And I think we see it when I know we get some of these clips at the start of these, right, with the top-down POV of just how expansive, how big these maps are. Daniel, kind of like
big tire.
What should people expect at home, like for how the sizes of a map like this? Like,
I think people are going to be really impressed. I mean, these maps are so big, we're able to pack more theming and more narrative
these games
than any of our other maps, right?
Are going to take so
like,
long.
Omnic temples, marketplaces, refineries, palaces, gardens, you know, you name it. We're
yeah,
all
Lucio's
over,
a must play.
I hope my teammates don't get distracted going from point to point with all the story and lore you guys have packed into some of these.
Maybe
Yeah,
Junker
it's
Queen, like
interesting
anyone who can
point.
rush.
Mondada's learning sensor was built near Suravasa, you know, and Mondada was in.
Oh, there.
teacher.
See, you
And
can
so
definitely tell who's got a
we have,
computer.
a lot of the maps that we are building now, a lot of the maps in
Man.
Overwatch Season 6 with our story missions, but going into the future.
Man, these
so,
May
like,
walls
I'm kind
are
of
almost
excited for people
there.
to, you know, like later down the line, jump into one of these places and be like, oh, I see how that was connected. That's really neat.
How complex was this to do? I mean, realistically, that had to be really difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of back and forth. We had some really good support from our tech art and our engineers. And, you know, we had to solve a lot of development problems, right? Getting everything to fit in memory. You can, you know, teleport from one end of the map to the other at any given moment, right?
What?
With certain characters. And so.
My guy, the scale man. He's
What?
out.
Yeah, there he
He's
is.
out.
What are they saying about
See, behind the
teleport?
curtain, fun is found, right? And we want to make sure that
Are
we
there
amplify
teleporters?
that, not distract or break.
Support that with the art and whatnot.
Oh, I
like
wonder if that timer is
Yeah,
going to be
click
real
first.
up there.
Way to go.
Man, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Flashpoint, you know, player progression, both look amazing. Anything you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, I mean, one, thank you for having us. Thank you for letting us talk about Overwatch 2 Invasion. It's a season that we're like so incredibly excited about. And it's not just because of Flashpoint or the progression system or the story missions or hero mastery. We have a new hero coming out that season. We have an event mission for people to play. We have another event later in the season.
Jeez, the
that's
map
coming.
is
There's, like,
huge.
so much as a part of this season. We're so excited for it. So yeah, I think we could probably talk about this all day.
Thanks so much for joining us. Also, Season 5.
Now they
out
have to give
now.
us a little
Jump in and
sneak
play
peek of
it.
the
Get
hero, no?
ready. August 10th kicks off Invasion. We'll see you there.
No? But that's pretty cool. I do like everything that's coming in. More customization, new mode, new hero. That's gonna be really fun to see. But at the end of the day, the ranking system didn't even say a word of the ranking system here. Many problems with it right now. Seeing all the Twitter posts, all the videos, TikToks, whatever, of just you having positive ratios still going down, or even awful negative ratios and still going up. But they swear on their life it's not on performance. I'm just kind of confused about that whole thing. But I mean, it has to be on performance if you don't go anywhere with a positive ratio. So anyway, enough of that. Guys, thank you for watching. I cannot wait to try this out in August. That's a while away, but it'll be very fun. Make sure you look at the socials down in the description. They chilling down there. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching.